in this great new comedy, Bridesmaids. In this scene, she's discussing some issues in her marriage.
Kevin can only have sex in bed, in the dark, under the covers, only after we've showered, separately. And sometimes, by the time we're finished cleaning ourselves, he's too tired. And then I pretend I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I'm not tired.
Welcome to Lopez tonight, Ellie Kemper. Congratulations on the success of Bridesmaids.
Thank you very much. Thank you for letting us see it. Thank you. Yeah, we had a great opening weekend.
Yeah, Judd Apatow and Paul Feig directed it.
Yes, Paul Feig, Kristen Wiig is the star. Maya Rudolph, Annie Munolo wrote it. It's fantastic. It's really exciting.
It is, and it's a movie about a relationship between women, but also it has everything every great comedy has.
Yes.
And which is hard to do. So congratulations again.
That is so nice. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
Now, when people get married, the guy really doesn't do much. He goes and gets a tuxedo, and that's it.
Yes.
You know, if you're the best man or in the party.
Right, that's
but
about it.
to be a bridesmaid is
so much more. There's so much more involved. Am I right, ladies? No, but there is. It's such a more intricate process. I have been a bridesmaid 7 times. I know. Apparently, I'm a very good friend. And the first time I was a bridesmaid, I shot straight to the top. I was a maid of honor, and for my friend Michelle. And I had never been any sort of bridesmaid before, and I wasn't exactly sure what you were supposed to do for this. So we went on a bachelorette trip to Vegas, you know, very classic. And and I thought, oh, well, what should I do to, like, get everyone in the party zone? So I had a bunch of thongs made up, like underwear, not flip-flops, like bright fuchsia thongs that said 2007, a toast to Michelle, like written down the front, obviously.
Yes.
And I was like, I was gonna give it to all the girls just as a, I don't know, orientation gift or something. And everyone opened them up in the hotel room in Vegas, and everyone was a little grossed out. Well, it was, who's the pervert giving us these thongs? You know what I mean? Like, and so I wanted to see them all in there. So it went wrong. It went pretty wrong.
So people that went to a party in Las Vegas were upset because you gave them thongs. What kind of wedding was that?
Yeah, exactly. No, sorry. Well, it was. I didn't know whose side you were on for a second. It was a traditional wedding. I just thought
You just wanted to liven it up.
Yeah, in my head we would all wear the thongs and then go out and gamble. I mean, we would wear jeans too.
Yes.
But we would know what was underneath. Anyway, it didn't work.
So whenever you plan a wedding, no matter how long you plan it, something always goes wrong.
Always, inevitably, yes. I actually was a groomsman once. So, I know, between my thongs and my grooms, you're like, who are you? Yeah. No, I stood on the groom's side for my friend Scott, but I wore a dress, and it was over the 4th of July last summer in New York, so it was 110 degrees, so bad. And we were taking photos all afternoon, and I went to the bathroom, and I needed to air out. So I just, like, took off my dress and just, like, sat on the toilet for a while, just airing out. And then, I went to zip up the dress, and, you know, it was broken. So my dress was broken, and there was no one in the bathroom, and I was just kind of, like, waiting for someone to come in to help. And so every time someone would come in, I'd say, hello, and then no one responded. Anyway, Scott's mom eventually came in, and she went to Duane Reade, which is a drugstore, and she had to get a needle and thread and, like, sew me back in.
Yeah, and when she saw you without your dress, did she say, who's Michelle? And that's a great looking thong. Did she say, oh, you should thong?
This girl's got good taste.
Wow. Now, how was the transition? Everybody always says, when you moved from New York to Los Angeles, was that easy for somebody from New York?
I have to say, I lived in New York for 7 years. I love New York. I like Los Angeles too, but it's very different. I feel like in Los Angeles you can go an entire day without talking to someone. I mean, this is a rare occasion. I'm actually talking to people. But in New York, we were just in New York for the past 2 weeks doing a lot of press and stuff. And I was on the subway, and this woman, you know, 60-year-old woman was sitting across from me, and she was sort of looking at me, and I thought, oh, maybe she recognizes me from the poster or something, or maybe I'm, like, doing something offensive. I finally made eye contact with her, and and she looks at me, and she's like, you could use a haircut. And I said, oh, do you think it's too long? She's like, it's not that it's too long, you got split ends. And it was so, I like admired her honesty. Yeah, I think that's why it's sort of like a family. I said, and she said, when's the last time you got your haircut? I said, I can't remember. She's like, that's my point. Anyway, it's a family over there.
I love that you're on the subway. You got game. You're not afraid, right?
Well, yeah. I like the subway. The subway here is very clean.
Do we have one?
I know, that's it. I know.
Hey, I'm from here. I wouldn't get on it, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's wild. So doing movies is great, and doing TV is great. And now the thing that you do that's interesting is that there's a lot of improv on The Office and in movies like that.
Yes, yeah.
And it's hard not to break, because if you break, how do you
I am so bad about that. I've gotten much better. I mean, at keeping a straight face. I will say, I have a problem. Sometimes I wet my pants when I laugh too hard. Don't worry, this is fine. We're fine. We're fine. No, this is fine.
What do you mean? How does that happen? You're a young girl.
Oh, yeah, I've had no children. I've had no, bladder problems that I know of. But yes, I wet my pants when I laugh too hard. And I haven't done it on The Office yet. But I've only done it in this scene. No, I did a lot of improv in New York, and I remember one show, I was on the ground, and something happened that made me laugh so hard, and I thought, well, at least I'm on the ground, no one will see it. But then in the scene, my scene partner started dragging me across the floor, and it was just this long stream. It was of Ellie Kemper. It was just all right. Anyway, it happens.
I love it. Ellie, it was great to meet you.
Thank you so much.
I love you. That's great. We'll see Ellie Kemper in a great comedy, Bridesmaids, that's out right now. Ellie Kemper, everybody. When we come back, Fitz and the Tantrums will perform.